Hello, it's me, it's Joe. I'm here to do the video essay. Let's get right into it, immediately. This year, I have been tasked with picking a classic song and recreating it from scratch. I have decided to go with the song Crazy by Gnarls Barkley. With the song decided, I knew what I had to do next. I searched up my favourite website, Who Sampled, and searched Crazy. I discovered that Crazy contained samples of 2 songs. Who Sampled is useful because it gives timestamps of where the sample is used in every song. Let's listen to this song and see if we can find the sample. We can hear that the drums were sampled in this song. Now for the next song. The timestamps indicate that the song was sampled at 2 different points. I realised that the 3 samples I had listened to pretty much made up most of the song, and that a lot of the creative process ahead of me involved chopping up the samples. So that's what I did. I found out that Crazy is 112 BPM and I went from there. I began with the first instrumental sample. First, I chopped it to the 8 bars that I needed. Throughout this process, I was constantly looping it to make sure that it played correctly. Then, I had to remove the trumpets from the end of the 8th bar. After that, I isolated the 7th bar and copied and pasted it over. Then, I cut that copied 7th bar in half, deleted the second half, and copied the first half of it over. This 8-bar phrase can be heard twice before the chorus. However, in the final beat of the final bar, an extra note can be heard in the bass line. This note can actually be heard earlier in the phrase. So I chopped it up, trimmed off a beat of the end of the 8-bar phrase, and put it in. Now, it was time for the chorus. I did literally exactly the same thing as I did for the 8-bar phrase. The next part of the song was by far the most challenging. You see, the start of the next verse has a different chord progression. Now looking at my samples, I assumed that I just had to move some things around to change the chord progression. But no matter what I tried, I just couldn't get it to work. Upset that I couldn't make it work, I decided to ask my good friend Oscar to record the missing bass line for me. But then, I worked it out. The website Who Sampled had failed to include a timestamp for one of the samples, 1 minute and 54 seconds into the song containing the original sample. This can be heard. It was the missing piece I needed. I threw Oscar by the wayside and carried on. What you're looking at is the blue audio is the original sample from the first verse, and the yellow audio is the new sample. And as you can see, I've grabbed the end of the yellow sample, put it at the front of the new chord progression, chopped it in half and doubled it, and then I've reordered the first sample to make the new chord progression. After that, it was time to edit the drums. I time stretched them to be in time to make things easier. And then I removed all of the kick drums that double but one. At the start of the song, you can hear a bass note and snare playing 4 times, and then the song begins. So I have done that. At the end of the song, you can hear a long sustained note. This is actually the final note of the original song that contains the samples. Finally, I was very lucky to get a high quality a cappella off of YouTube. The vocals are 2 semitones higher than the original sample, so I pitched all of the samples up 2 semitones. The drums I pitched up 1 semitone. And just like that, the song was complete. But I wasn't done there. I got my friend to listen to the original song and then my version, and I wanted to see if he could tell the difference.
Wow, Joe, are you having a laugh? I think you're tricking me. This must be the same song 2 times in a row.
Wow, would you look at that? My version was so close to the original that he thought I was tricking him by playing the original song twice. Time to ask someone else.
Wait, whoa! Have you just put the same song on again?
Wow, I guess I did a pretty good job. But I wasn't done there. I decided to Shazam my version of the song and see if it recognised it as the original.